All right, it is March 10th, 2022. So we got the CPI number that came out today, the Consumer Price Index. A lot of people say CPI instead of CPI for valid reasons, because things that working class uses the most on a daily basis is conveniently not included in this CPI number. But nonetheless, it came pretty high, 7.9%. That's the number that they give us. We all know that this number is probably double right now, if not more than that. I actually believe that we are at 20%, and that's right now looking at, we are going higher. Shadow Stats, John Williams, I think that's his name. He had a number a couple of months ago at right under 20%. And right now we are going higher. So we are definitely looking at some historic numbers here when it comes to inflation. For a lot of you maybe that are just tuning into channels like this or trying to understand what's going on in this crazy environment, what this number basically means is just the loss of your purchasing power. That would be the best way to explain it. And you know this. You don't need John Williams. You don't need me to tell you this. You don't need anybody else to tell you. You can just go fill up your gas tank or buy your fancy electric car, and you tell me, buy food. You tell me how this is at 7.9%. But what's interesting about this number, besides the obvious that I just pointed out, is it's not 8%, it's 7.9%. And that was projected. So you'll see a lot of headlines that read basically inflation hit the target. So it's not that, bad news. And when people see number 7, and last time when they saw 7.5, they saw number 7, and they still see it, they may not think this is such a big deal, right? It's all mind games. Everything is rigged. And this is, again, not me just pointing out the obvious. I always talk about solutions on this channel. What can you do in order to not get taken advantage of in this environment? You can actually thrive in a way if I believe you position yourself in real things. Okay, I'll touch up on some stuff in this video that I think you'll find very shocking. If you follow me on Twitter, you will not be surprised by anything I say today, because you probably already know. By the way, I am at the, new, welcome to the country, America 77, at the new America 77. I post a lot of trades, live trades, all kinds of stuff on there. If you are on social media, you can follow me there, direct messaging me. If you had any questions about this, I usually respond. I use that Twitter a lot because I use a lot of financials on it. There is some really good follows there. So on Parler, I'm also on Parler, but there is not much financial stuff. It's more like, it's different, just put it that way, okay? So yeah, we're looking at this number continue to rise. Next CPI that comes out will be in double digits, and it will be, all of this is going to be blamed on Putin and Russia. Remember Russia when Trump was in office. Now it's of course back to Russia. It is all Russia's fault, and you should be doing your part and be okay with paying 4, 5, 6 gallons dollars per gallon. And that's not including Europe and Canada and other countries, continents, where they would hope they are paying $5 per gallon, okay? So this is a global phenomenon. It is all blown out race of all currencies, which one gets to zero first, okay? That's what we are witnessing live as I'm recording this video, okay? It is a race to the bottom when it comes to currencies. I also tweeted this today, generated a lot of comments and likes and stuff. I said, as a teenager, I got shot at, okay, stealing toilet paper. I thought this house that I was going in was abandoned because a lot of people escaped. We were still kind of stuck, not kind of, we were stuck in this mess. And I just went up there with a couple of my buddies, and then we walked in, and all of a sudden there is a guy. It was just a BB gun, all right? But a couple of my buddies actually got hit. I somehow was able to avoid it. But again, this just goes to show you right now, when you look at globally what's going on, that toilet paper is going to become, again, a hot commodity, okay? We've seen shortages of toilet paper. I believe it was 2019. Of course, this was all blamed on COVID and all that. Now it's Russia. It has nothing to do with who is in office ever. But I believe, again, you will see that the toilet paper is worth more than the currency that you have been using. For right now, the dollar is still king, okay? It's stronger than many currencies, most of them, especially in that basket of currencies that I talk about, DXY, the Dixie. But again, it is stronger if you held US dollars and you are visiting or living in places like, let's say, Argentina or somewhere in Europe. Yeah, but for the working class out of the, unfortunately, divided states of America, the dollar is not strong. So when you see headlines, Dixie going up, the dollar index, dollar is strong. It is not strong. Look at even their CPI is highest it's been in over 4 decades now. And like I said, that number is completely rigged. It is at least double than what it is. So we're looking at 16% at least. And like I mentioned earlier in this video, that number right now is, I believe it's over 20%, okay? I think we are at 22, 23%, but that's just me, again, just watching what's going on. I travel a lot, I see what's happening. I talk to a lot of managers in food industry, a lot of business owners. Since now I am involved in food industry, I get to hear a lot of stuff, and it is pretty rough out there. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know. I want to cover this tweet that generated over 20 retweets, 300 comments. I was talking about how basically there is a good chance you will see some kind of a cyber attack take place. Of course, it will be blamed on Russia. They might actually do it. They are known to have these professional internet hackers, whatever the word is. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like this. I would not be surprised that your stock portfolio is doing really well during melt-ups, or possibly we can see true price discovery when it comes to precious metals. You might see something like what happened to nickel when trades are just, they halted 2 days ago. You may not be able to take the money out. A lot of people agreed on this, but there is at least 30 to 40% of people that were just completely shocked by this, what I said, that you won't even be able to take your money out of these brokers, whoever you are using, possibly Ameritrade or E-Trade, whatever, right? Yeah, it is, I believe, going to happen because you are witnessing communism. Look what happened to Truckers Convoy for people that donated, frozen accounts. Look what happened with Robinhood not long ago when we had that silver squeeze, and we had GameStop, AMC. All of those stocks that were skyrocketing, they decided to basically allow only at the time to sell, not buy, or to buy, not to sell, or you can only buy that many. You can buy like total of 10 shares of GameStop. All of this has been going on already, and I was just shocked by how many people responded on this tweet saying basically what I said is total nonsense. Again, this channel is not to scare you. This channel is to prepare you. That's why I talk about exiting out of the market as much as possible and buying real things. If you believe that NFTs are real things, then you should be obviously buying, investing, speculating in those. Bitcoin, fine. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I'm doing and why. I prefer buying land, buying livestock. If I made profits of a few $100s and that's good enough for me to buy several chickens, I will do so. You go into Bitcoin, that's fine. I missed the Bitcoin train. I don't want to digress here, but I missed it. I didn't think it was going to slice through the old resistance of 10 and 13,000 that I used to trade between 5 and that range. I thought maybe it'll push to 20, to that number where that was the, I believe, all-time high, and all of a sudden we were like almost at $70,000 per token. I'm like, I don't know how you can have the guts to chase this thing. I mean, it's fine. I'll just wait. Right now, it's, as I'm recording this video, under 40,000, so almost a 45 or roughly percent retracement in Bitcoin. And this is since mainstream media basically started to acknowledge inflation. About a year ago, it started to hit mainstream. And Bitcoin hasn't done anything besides these crazy pumps and dumps of 10% when you think, oh, this is it now. It's going to the moon. It'll go to 250 grand. And then it's back to 38 or 37 or 40 from 45. I mean, it's just been really wild. I don't know how someone can look at that as safety. I also mentioned on this thread that we talked about stuff like this that I'm covering in this video that obviously is turning out to be a pretty long video, but I think one of the most important videos I've ever made, okay? We're talking about who is actually making money in Bitcoin. It's Max Keiser. If you don't know who he is, he bought Bitcoin, as some people say, at $1. I know for sure he bought at $100 per token because he talked about it a lot, because he was talking about Silver Squeeze. I've been following Max Keiser for a while. I did not get on that train yet because it was just wild. It went from like 10 cents to 100. Who's to know, right? He did. Jack from Twitter, billions of dollars I think he made when it comes to Bitcoin, overall cryptocurrencies. Winklevoss brothers, if you don't know who these guys are, they're the ones that basically created Facebook, and then I call them Zuckerberg decided to stick it to these guys. Whether that's exactly true or not, I don't know. It's not my place to make those decisions here of verdicts, but I did hear a lot of stuff that Winklevoss brothers were actually the ones who created Facebook. And now they made billions of dollars in Bitcoin. Elon Musk probably made billions in Bitcoin. Some people from, high places that wear black suits or funky looking outfits on TV that have a platform, they have power. They probably made a lot of money. People bought Bitcoin at 30 grand, 40 grand, 50, 60, 65. What are they really making right now? Nothing. If they bought at 20,000 or even 10 with $1,600 of stimmy checks. By the way, if you guys don't know, you can buy like parts of Bitcoin, Satoshis, whatever the heck they're calling them. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. Basically, there is a way for everyone to speculate in this slot machine. It's a very high limit slot machine, the biggest one in the world, actually. That's what crypto/NFTs are. I'm a big fan of them, even though it doesn't sound like it, but I'm a big fan of them at a way lower prices. If I don't get them, I'm just not going to speculate in them. That's just the way I see it. I'll wait. If you have to wait another year or two, fine. I also know a lot of them will not make it. Maybe 95% of them, maybe 98%. There's going to be a couple of that will make it, but make no mistake, you will see central banks issued digital dollar or whatever other name they decide to call it. And yes, people will be forced to use that. You may not be able to exit out of your portfolio, your 401k, if you choose not to use their digital currency. And Bitcoin and other cryptos paved the way for digital dollar to be ushered in. Because Biden was just recently talking about 10 million people were trading using Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm one of them. About 3-4 years ago, I kind of got in a little bit here and there to see what I can do trading cryptos. I found it very interesting. I'm not one of those that just buys and hold, because I just don't know which ones are going to make it. And I don't think a lot of you do not know. And we know, who knows, right? But people who constantly push this digital money and continue to not use cash or look at it as convenience are going to find out what communism is. This reset is communism. The digital dollar is communism. You will be turned off, shut down like a robot, okay? You got your fancy electric car, shut down. Don't you see where this is going? And again, I just got really surprised by how many people responded, like I said, on this tweet about how basically your money is not safe in these exchanges at all. You may not be able to take money out, or the stock market will just shut down due to cyber attacks or whatever. People are complacent. I know you're not, that tunes into channels like this. I know you're trying to prepare the best to your abilities. And if you are not, I suggest you start doing so. Again, this sounds like I'm telling you what to do. I'm not. I'm just pointing out facts and showing some ways of how to make sense out of this nonsense, okay? And my plan does not change. I like to use profits and buy real things with. And food is number one thing. You gotta have your source of water, your food, whatever you prefer. I would start with that. Make sure you got ammo to protect it, okay? As I mentioned earlier in this video, the part of getting shot at. By the way, I got shot at by real guns. That was just for the silly toilet paper, and we were just neighbors. So I think the guy just decided to give us a little bit of juice that way, so we learned a lesson. He did not want to actually shoot us, okay? But yeah, the toilet paper is going to be worth more than most paper currencies. It is going to happen. It's a cold, hard fact. And right now we are looking at more stimulus, which means more quantitative easing, more currency printing, not shrinking the balance sheets, not quantitative tightening. We are looking at more and more and more of so-called free money, okay? MMT, what does Jim Rogers say? More money today. That's what it is. But obviously it's no big deal. We can just print to infinity and everything will be fine. All right, that's it for today. I didn't think I was going to go almost 20 minutes here. This probably won't be viewed much, but if you appreciate what I do here and what I'm trying to do, like these videos, share them, make some comments below. And if you are on Twitter, follow me at TheNewAmerica77. We will talk soon. I will cover more stock market details in the next video, because like I said again, I don't want to jam pack everything in here. So yeah, that'll be it. I'm out.